Okay, Shalom. This we're the real Hebrew Israelites coming from the branch of the GMS Indianapolis camp. We'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahuwah,
Hashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh
Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to sincere Akim Makwathium, listening and learning, and to you brothers preaching and teaching this truth through the four corners of the earth. All right, we're just gonna go through, just talk about all these nations, man. They're going to be held captives under the children of Israel, man. All right, the children of Israel are going to be on top once again. All right, and this coming soon, man. As things heat up, as the Apostle Tahar coined this year, the year of Yahweh Bashim Shah turning up. All right, so we're seeing great destruction starting to happen, earthquakes in diverse places, famines. All right. Supply chains breaking down. All right. These are the things that are coming abroad, man. All right. And we're just going to go into a few of these things, man. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 13 and 9. And it reads here, it says, get the right page. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Right now it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right, what do we know? It's another word for captivity. All right, slavery. So ultimately, our captives who led us in slavery, starting off first and foremost with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, they're going into slavery, and the other heathen nations listed in the book of Psalms, chapter 83. All right, it says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And we know the modern day sword is a killing instrument. So Esau gunning down Jake in the street, all right, committing all manners of wickedness and murder towards the children of Israel. All right, and we're going to do the same unto them, but in righteousness. All right, it says here is the faith and the patience of the saints. All right, and that word patience goes into suffering. All right, it says of the saints, and who do we know the saints to be? Pursuant to Psalms chapter 148, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because while we're still on the bottom, or under these heathen nations in captivity, we're still suffering. All right. Now we got to suffer a little bit longer, but the Lord is going to come a point in time where the Lord, he's going to raise us up, where we'll be his elect men. All right, he's going to subject these heathen nations up under us, and they're going to be servants unto us, right, and slaves unto us.
Precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Exodus chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Yep, and that's exactly what y'all did to us in slavery. The slave auctions are shipping us off and selling us to different plantations. All right, and ultimately the reward for that was death. All right, but you guys didn't fulfill that law. So when the Lord comes back, all right, and institutes his law on earth, that's going to be put in full effect. All right, y'all going to get payback and recompense for everything you've done to the children of Israel, all right, during slavery and out of slavery. All right, because not just slavery, not just the atrocities you've done during slavery, anything before and afterwards. All right, you got to pay for all that bloodshed and all that wickedness towards the children of Israel.
Precept.
That's right. Yeah, go ahead, Roman.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, be not deceived. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Yep, Esau putting all the hell on the children of Israel. Because, Esau, he's done, a manifold of wickedness for the children of Israel, especially during slavery. Right, you got feeding our babies to the alligators, ravishing our women, bug breaking our men. And like I brought up on Friday, with the pregnant woman, and would dig the hole and put their belly inside the hole and just beat the shit out of our women. All right, and ultimately, there's a lot of things that Esau got to pay for. Look, those are just some of the things we know. All right, there's things that we don't know, some atrocities that we don't know about the Esau Edom has committed towards our people that he's got to pay for. All right, so everything that Esau Edom has been doing towards the children of Israel, all right, but we're not gonna do nothing, gay, like play with your rods and nothing like that. We're gonna beat y'all in righteousness, roll over y'all in righteousness. All right, so everything you've sown, Esau Edom, you're gonna reap. All right.
That's right. I got a precept real quick. That's Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Mm-hmm. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
All right, man. Esau has had that perpetual hatred. Right, and that word perpetual means everlasting, because ultimately this battle between Jacob and Esau has been going on since they were in the what was that? I believe it was Rebecca's womb.
You say?
Rebecca's womb.
Yep, in the womb.
Yeah, that battle's been going on ever since then. And also, when Isaac gave out the blessings, he said, "The day is at hand where I will slay my brother Jacob." So this hatred goes all the way back, all right, and it's showing further, all right. Even in today's generation, Esau, they don't give a shit about Jake, and then nothing that happens to Jake, they could care less about Jake, all right. But since for that perpetual hatred, all right, and the constant bloodshed of the children of Israel, all right, the Lord, He's going to do a number on the nation of Edom. All right, He's going to first and foremost put Esau, Edom in slavery under the Israelites. All right, and then once they serve their captivity for 1,000 years, they're going to be done away with forever. All right.
A precept.
Go ahead, brother.
Then, like just to add on to that, perpetual hatred goes back to Cain and Abel. Same spirit that Esau in was against Jacob before their father had passed. He wanted to kill him. And we know what did Cain do? He actually killed his brother. In wickedness, because he was jealous because the Lord accepted his sacrifice over his. And even though he knew the law, he chose to do his own thing. But just to add on to that, and precept real quick, Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
All right, man. Esau Edom, like he's committed a mass bloodshed on America by the blood of the children of Israel. Like the scripture in Habakkuk says, "Woe to him that builds the town by blood," roughly paraphrasing. Esau Edom, and that woe goes into death and destruction. So Esau Edom has a recompense coming into him soon. All right.
And if I can add real quick, like you go all the way back to the beginning, I got Genesis 9:6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of the Most High made he man.
Yep. So ultimately, at the end of the day, these laws are going to be fulfilled towards you, Esau Edom, because there are some things that you've done contrary to the law that you haven't paid for yet. All right, and ultimately, that's what the Lord is coming back to do, render recompense and vengeance unto you for what you've done to the children of Israel. All right, as it is written, "He that touches you touches the apple of my eye." So Israel is considered pretty much a prized possession, and it's Isaiah Halabashim Yashai. And you putting your hands on them, committing all this manner of wickedness towards them, you think nothing's gonna happen to you? All right, they're wrong.
I got some, unless y'all got some.
I got some real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, Con, this is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not."
Go ahead, brother.
God, so what? I mean, what? That death and destruction, man. So what? The bloody city, what? Ultimately, what? America, Babylon the Great, man. Because this is where what? The saints have been slayed. All right, all through from the Native Americans all the way to the Negroes that were what taken from the west coasts of Africa, man, and all through the slave trade, man. All right, and it's full of lies and deceit. What? Because they deceived the people over here, man. All right, they broke all the contracts, right, with the Native Americans. All right, and then what? It says in robbery. So they raped, robbed, and murdered our people, man. They took everything that we had, right? It says the prey departed not. They don't let us go, man. All right. That's why what we fill up the prison systems in America, man. What do you look? The biggest group is what? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. And then yeah, kind of real quick, and then I'm gonna jump down. I'll just jump down to the point. I'll get down to verse 4. It says, "Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot," all right, which is who? America, all right, "the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts," right, through her ways, her philosophies, man. All right, just like it talks about in Revelation, the 18th chapter, Lord willing, we get over there. Hey, and they deceived all the nations, man. All right, they had made. That's why you see what suits and ties in all these different countries, man. That's why you see the McDonald's, the Burger Kings. You see the ways of America touching everywhere on the earth, man. All right, whether it be in the music industry or just your day-to-day life, man. You see America's influence, man, all over the world. All right, that's how you know they're in the power seat, man. All right.
I got it. You do it?
Yeah, I'm done with that. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all that devour thee shall be devoured. And all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Go ahead, brother.
So, like I said, all those who would devour us, they destroyed us. Saying all our adversaries, say every one of them. So that means none of you heathens gonna be let go. All of y'all have it's a price to pay for all of y'all. Just because just pursuing really quick to First Maccabees chapter 2. It's one of my favorite I like to bring out. Because hey, you're not gonna escape. All of you, say every one of y'all will go into captivity. And real quick, it says First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 9. It says, her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy, right? And the glorious vessels are talking about the Israelites, the children of God. Saying like those are the glorious vessels that was carried into captivity. They ain't just, now don't get me wrong, they did plunder and take our glorious vessels, our cups, our silverware, all the things that was glorious, that had some type of value. But the ultimate value that they take it was the people, right? They say her infants are slain in the street, her young men with the sword of the enemy. And this is talked about in the book of Maccabees. So this is talked about ultimately the Edomites, Esau, Edom. But it goes on to say this. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten the first spoil? So what nation? If you can tell, thou can tell what nation ain't had a part in our spoil and taking a part of our kingdom. Whether they was a major nation or a minor nation who, saying didn't necessarily put us with those four major empires who didn't put us in captivity, what the case may be, but they still, reap the benefits off of our labor. All the stuff that we get, all the stuff that we did, just like over here. Saying like that, like we brought up in Nahum, the prey to the part of not. We that prey. And what did we do that since we couldn't depart? We built up this nation. Saying everything was built off the backs of the Israelites. So when you get get in bed with Babylon the Great, or make deals with Babylon the Great, you pretty much reaping the benefits off of what we did with our backs. So no nation is gonna go, pretty much ain't no nation gonna go uncharted, so to speak. Every nation is gonna receive a judgment for what they have done to us. Hey, going back to Jeremiah 30 and say, and every one of them shall go into captivity. So all of y'all gonna go into captivity. It ain't for no reason. Y'all all had a part in our destruction. Just like the brother read earlier, also, Psalms 83 crew. All of them too. But like the scripture said every one of them, right? They're saying in that Psalms 83, not all nations is mentioned in that. But the Lord said right here in Jeremiah, all of them, every one of them, that they shall, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. So y'all robbed us of our things, like I said, took our glory, vessels, this and that, what the case may be. We're gonna do that the same unto you. But ultimately, y'all gonna be that spoil. Y'all gonna be taken. Y'all gonna be stolen. Y'all gonna build up our kingdom. And so forth and so on. Israel gonna never have to lift their finger up to do any type of work. You heathens gonna do it. Start with you, Esau, Edom. And it's and all that prey upon thee will I give for a praise. So just like how they said the prey depart of not, we gonna get turned into those hunters, and y'all gonna be the prey. And that's gonna be forever and forevermore. We gonna always be on top. We're not gonna be subject to be on beneath y'all. Y'all got to come under the rule of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's a for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? That's what the Lord gonna do to the nation of Israel. He's gonna heal us. He's gonna restore us, and it started right now in the mind with this awakening, with this truth. That's healing us, giving us that stability of mind to be able to deal with these things, understand why we're going through these things, and how we are to, and what we are to do to prevail against those things through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Lord, will we be those men? They say, because they call thee an outcast, saying this is Zion, who no man seeketh after. Don't nobody come after and help us to see how we doing, see if we doing all right, what we need, this the case may be. Nobody come to seek after us. Just like the scripture says, we will not be reckoned among the nations. They don't care about us. We just, we those outcasts. Oh well. Downtrodden. What you say, bro?
No, hey, just hey, how we gonna do these nations, man? They just gonna be, they just in the way. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're treated. You know what I mean? We're just in the way.
Exactly. So what? That's exactly how we're gonna do y'all. And it says,
Hey, to back up your points, Kai, that's why the book is Zephaniah 2 tells us gather yourselves together on nation not desired. Who's that talking about? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, also known as the Israelites. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, man, these heathens don't fuck with us. All right, they benefit off our affliction. All right, they don't want nothing to do with Jake.
exactly. Like how you said that them heathens, but this is what Yahweh Shem Shai gonna do for his people. right? That's why we're not waiting for no handouts, reparations and all this and that from no heathens. We're not waiting for that. We wait for what Yahweh Shema Shai is going to institute in the earth. And it says, thus saith Yahweh Shema Shai power, but behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents and have mercy on his dwelling places. So the Lord is the one who's going to bring our captivity again. He going to take us out of captivity. He going to have mercy upon us. And the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain as the men thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make miracles. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be joyful when Yahweh Shemashah sending his son with the rest of the holy angels and with those missiles to lay these nations down, to put them under our feet, to put them in subjection. We're gonna be happy that we're not slaves, that we're not shackled, whether it be by physical slavery, how we go through when we go to the plantation, but also through those contracts, the adhesive contracts. When you sign your name on this and that, and you gotta, if you don't do this, you lose your job. You do this and that happen. That's another type of slavery that we under through those adhesive contracts, right? It also says, just like, because when you sign your name and then they print it and put it on paper, your name is in all caps, which pretty much shows that you are property of pretty much their property. It's in all caps, So it says right there, because it goes into like a corporation, and then it says and I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. So, of course, we are as the sand of the sea and the stars of heaven, but the Lord going to even further increase that when we in our nation. Because when we in our kingdom, because even now, being the sands of the sea and the stars of heaven, our people still dying right now. Our bodies haven't been changed.
That's right.
But when we get into the kingdom, we definitely going to multiply, and they going to be definitely more in Israel. And last precept, it says, their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me. And the point is that I will punish all that oppress them. So whether your oppression was indirect or direct, the Lord said He gonna punish you. And just like He said in the previous verses, there's gonna be all of y'all gonna receive punishment for what y'all done to us. So hey, if you a heathen, I hate to be you, but shit, hey, if I was an heathen, I'd definitely hate to be you, because you're gonna get the worst of the worst, right? Like I said, your kingdom gonna get turned upside down, destroyed with the visitation of Yahweh. Then you're gonna be put in slavery, and then after a certain period of time, a thousand years, then y'all all get heaped together and get burnt and done away with, be turned into ashes and stubble. So, but hey, that's just what is coming. Just like Balaam, when he seen the visions of what was gonna happen. Now, Lord, I may, go get that. But, when Balaam seen what was going to happen in the future in regards to the Israelites, he was like, damn, I wish I could come back as one of y'all. So if a heathen said that to you, but just like right now, a heathen look at us like, oh, look at them, they bunch of thugs and gangsters and all this and that. They, when you go into a store, they act like they hiding their purses and turning around. And, you know how they treat us. Police get behind you, be all stiff and shit driving. Like I said, we ain't gonna have to worry about that no more. Our life hanging in doubt, being smitten with madness, and just hoping, like each and every day we wake up and hope that we understand this up to Yahweh Shemashai to prolong our life, but we just hoping that we walk outside and don't know BS happen to us in regards to these nations, in regards to these people. We just trying to get by the best to the best of our ability. Understand it's the Lord, He the ones that's going to have us get by, but even still, just being in this place, we still is that prey. We still understand that anything out here in this society, this eon can go left for us. But the time gonna come where we don't have to worry about that no more.
That's right, brother. Yeah, you run me, got something?
Yeah, Con. This goes right to back up what y'all talking about, man. Because Jake is in a horrible state right now, man. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore." All right, so ultimately, this is talking about the condition of you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, who are the nation of Israel. Okay, all right. It said this is people are robbed and spoiled. All right, Jake is robbed out of everything. All right, Jake is robbed out of their livelihood. All right, their true heritage. All right, Jake got their heritage beat out of them. All right, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. The ways of these scriptures. All right, all right, knowing the ways of the Lord. All right, when Jake was brought over here, all right, in chattel slavery, Jake was literally beat out of their own identity. All right, and then another nation went to take on their identity. All right, which is a a, a sect of Esau Edom, man. All right, which ultimately Esau Edom he plays the ultimate identity theft, man. It says they are all of them snared in holes and they are hid in prison houses. So Jake ultimately is the one that fills up these prison houses, man. All right, because they're set for a prey. Okay, because Esau Edom, all right, he creates laws to Esau Edom creates a system, all right, to pretty much entrap Jake, all right, to where Esau Edom got cops I set up in all these corners at where Jake lives at, all right, and all these alleyways, all right, just doing Jake dirty, all right, just to put him back in that oppression, man, to put him back in that real low estate, man.
Hey, to add to your point, sometimes like if you like driving like past like parking lots or stuff like that, you can see just like cop cars waiting there just to catch somebody, going over the speed limit. Because ultimately, they trying to get Jake out of there, like the brother going into, man. Just constantly trying to find ways to just keep us on the bottom, all right, keep us downtrodden, oppressed, all right. Ultimately, Esau Edom, man. Hey, the Lord gonna deal with you for that.
I got want to pick that up real quick.
I got a little more.
No, just real quick. It's just
in
Psalms 10 and 8, it says, "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor." Hey, like you was saying, man. Hey, just like they hide and they find ways to entrap Jake, man. All right, all these laws and stuff are really set up for Jake to fail, man. Because what the ways we're born into, man. All right, a lot of Jake is what in the ghettos, man. All right, they're born to be a prey, man. That's it. All right, because right now we're at the bottom, man. We don't have any defense right now. Ultimately, the men waking up, we have Yahweh Shem Shah, but as a nation in the whole, man, we're still that downtrodden nation, man, that no one cares about, like we were just talking about, man. So yeah, so Esau Edom, man, it's set against the poor, man. They're not worried about these other nations, man. That's why you don't see Ishmael and Moab and stuff getting in trouble, man. No, you see Jake getting beat down by the police, getting pulled over left and right just for driving down the street, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, kind of. Esau Edom, he'll put like with drugs and guns in Jake's neighborhoods. All right, and Jake be under the curses. All right, Jake has that eye evil towards his brother. So Esau Edom, he puts that all right in Jake's neighborhood. All right, so when they catch Jake doing these things, all right, they pull up all right on Jake and they give Jake like 60 to life. All right, it was this one story that I seen. It was about this. It was this little kid. All right, he went into this store. All right, and he allegedly took like a candy bar, and they gave him like 60 to life down there. Now we're not condoning to steal because stealing is not good. All right, but just for some stuff like that, they didn't have to give that little boy no 60 to life, man. All right, and just to finish off this Isaiah, it says they are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. Okay, so none of these nations, all right, and lead with Esau Edom, care for the benefit of Jake, man. They always want to see Jake at a low state, at a low level, all right, so that these other nations can benefit off of the oppression of our people, man. All right, and Yahweh Shem Shai is not pleased with that, man.
Oh, that's what. Oh yeah, I had something. I just want to say with that too. Just like with the prison houses, but all of Babylon the Great is a prison. You'll say they said when you was brought over here, you was brought over to a mass prison. So no matter the case, if you in jail or if you got your liberty, so to speak, you still a slave. You still got those shackles on you. And some things that you're not allowed to do. They say you got free to do this, but you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That just shows that you still, they say you still in prison. You still in at least somebody's rulership. You still oppression. Like somebody always said, if you don't see who in power, look at the faces on the bus. Those are the ones in power. And that means what? Everybody else is in that country are their subjects. You still in prison. You still a prisoner no matter what. And I just
hey, real quick to make a point. Hey, whose faces are on Mount Rushmore?
I'll
show you who's in power.
Right. And just a real quick one, just like he was saying, as far as like the nations, it says Jeremiah 15 verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Which one of these nations gonna do that for you? Now it has been coming out recent times where you hear the nations say, well, just recently, China and Moab speak about I guess Babylon should be, they should be charged with some humanitarian, charge and stuff like that for what they have done to us. Not too long ago, Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini from Iran. He was speaking about how they treat us over here and do this and that, whatever case may be. And there was some woman as well. But at the same time, though, those just words speak. But what action is going to be taken for that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, they talk about look at what you do to the people over there. And a lot of people that they got new sweatshots are our people. So you know what I'm saying? So, you point the finger and call this and that and doing this and that, but what you doing is yourself. You do the same thing. You're a hypocrite. So no nation really in itself is going to actually really care about us and try to do for us and try to restore us, try to help us. You know what I'm saying? Look like they always say all these save Ukraine, signs and all this and that. But then where was the saved African American signs? Where the saved Latinos? And let's save them and let's bring them out of their out of their imperialism that the so-called white men put upon them. Where are those signs at? Help them, give them this, give them that. Find them just like how you did them let's say them other rats, how about you just create a land or give us an island or a piece of land to where we can go and we govern our own self. What about that? Because even when we do that within this country that we live in, what happened? Jealousy sparked, and just Esau being the demon and having that perpetual hatred. What he did, drop bombs on his own country, his own land to eradicate what Jake had going on for themselves. Our black sheep was more prominent than theirs, so we was a captive. We was captive. We was in subjection to this nation of people, but we was doing better than them.
Yeah.
And all facets.
Yeah. Hey, what else? They flooded those towns, man. That's coming out. Esau's being revealed out here, man. They flooded a lot of these lakes you're visiting, going fishing with grandpa and grandma. Hey, there's cities under here of Jake's cities, man.
Exactly. But like the scripture says though, so who truthfully gonna come and bemoan, for you and actually have that do is what you gonna do? How y'all doing? What can we do to help? Nobody. But it's all good because we know in the end all be all those same nations who not asking how we doing and what we what can they do for us. The Lord will put the spirit on them to burn this nation who they getting rich from, keeping all their goods and all this and that from. We'll put the spirit on them nations who didn't regard us to destroy this place, and also we're going to use those same missiles that they created too to also destroy them too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a win-win for Jake. Yeah, we down trying right now. We the lowest of the lowest, but coming to this truth and having this knowledge, we understand that there's a different chapter to the story. We ain't gonna always be at the bottom. The next chapter is gonna be what? Scripture say for Esau's in the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. And we understand that we have to endure these things for our transgressions, for the things that we did and how we went off. This is our punishment. But we understand after this punishment, we're gonna receive a reward. Right, this is our chastisement period. This is our suffering period, but it's all going to be set straight when the Lord set us up, and we understand that is inevitable. Just like the curses and us going into captivity in various nations and just being beaten, destroyed, rape, rob, and murder. We understand that was inevitable to happen. That was prophecy to come to pass because the Lord had to set up in this movie that we was going to transgress against Him. Same way, just like in this movie, that these nations are going to be up for a certain period of time, and they're going to be taken out and destroyed, and then we're gonna be put on top of them. So everything that y'all have done, best believe it's gonna be a trading places, and we're gonna be on top, and y'all gonna be on bottom.
That's right. I got some back right up. Oh, were you finished with that, Tezkai?
What'd you say?
You finished with?
Yeah.
Okay, kind of. That's just real quick. Hey, it's beautiful because Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. See, the Lord's gonna set us up. All right. We ain't gonna get on a boat a plane, a train, a spaceship. No, hey, the chariots, of the Heavenly Father, but not of this world. That's what what I'm saying. But the Lord's gonna set us in our land, right? It says,
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
that also disproves that the people living in our land right now. That also proves that they're not the people, right? Because what the brother just read, all right, said that the Lord would set us in our own land. And how did the people over there get there? By plane, all right. And if y'all were the real people, first and foremost, where's our Lord Yahweh Shai? Where's King David? And where's the law being instituted?
Yeah. Why is there wars? Why is there wars?
Yeah, where's the rest of the tribes?
Where's the rest of the tribes? Right.
They don't match up.
Yeah.
Well, if I could really quick,
go ahead.
Like at that point, it's in prophecy that heathens was going to take over our land.
Yep.
Right. Therefore, thus said, this is Ezekiel 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which is Greek for Edom, which have appointed my land into their possessions with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So you got to understand that it was going to be prophesied. It was a prophecy that's going to come to pass that it said the residue of the heathens, right? We understand those residue of the heathens as these other nations. You can get that with the king of Assyria when he put those transplants into the land. Pursuing back to 2 Kings chapter 17, how he put the various nations in the land from different portions of Assyria. He even got some type of Hamite nation that he put over there in that land. And but that's talking about other nations. It said all the Idumea. So that means what? There's a point in time where Idumea was going to take over those lands, right? And we understand that. Yeah, you had the Greeks. You had the Roman Empire, which they still allowed us to do what it was doing. Yeah, we were subjective under them, but for them to completely consume the whole land as far as for themselves, that happened in this time period. What you heathens over there, right? Because we've been taken out. We was taken out of the land. The Syrians, that was with the Northern Kingdom roughly around 720 BC, and then we ultimately fled out of the land. I say the Southern Kingdom, had fled out of the land, in between that time period of 66 to 70 AD, right? But there was a sprinkling, an inkling of us still left in the land. But when it was totally assumed, that nation who totally consumed it and took it as far as they own was your Edomites. And that's who over there that we know right now through that Balfour Declaration who was brought over there by the means of man and not by Yahweh Shemel Shai. So just proving back what the brother said, there was a prophecy that was going to come to pass where it said that Idumea was going to be those pretty much the main ones who consumed the land and took it as far as they own and call it for themselves, right? And that's not even talking about just at this point too, not talking about the ones who was converted by John Hyrcanus, who could convert them to Judaism. Not even talking about them, because don't get me wrong, some of them, believe it or not, was helping us to fight against the Romans in the Jewish-Roman wars. So the Roman-Jewish wars, however they, worded, what the case may be. Some of the Edomites was actually helping us because they thought that they was really Jews, but they was just converts. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about the ones who really took over, because remember, even with the Romans, who ended up taking over on that, around 90 AD, Jake. Right? And we understand from that time period up to like the Septimia Severus, Edomites is getting pushed out to the Caucasus Mountains. So just like going pursuant to Revelation 20, that chain was put upon them in that bottomless pit, for 1,000-year time period. That's when we was ruling Europe, primarily Europe, all the way down to the Byzantine Empire, Asia Minor, so forth and so on. That's when we was in power for roughly 1,000 years. Then when they came back into power through their Renaissance, they started to consume the various nations around them, because Jake was ultimately fighting against each other, making them weaker, and they was making them more susceptible and easier for a surgical strike from other nations, from us fighting against each other.
Hey, curses. Once again, Jake being evil towards each other, can't get along.
And then with that happening, that gave opportunity for the Edomites, and I don't want to get too deep into the specifics, getting off, but that gave prominence unto them to ultimately take over, and the Lord was dealing with them, to do these things, to do what? To fulfill prophecy. So not dealing with because this my man, this my dude, no, just to fulfill prophecy as we see it right now. So it came at the time period after all those things that happened when they was released from that when those chains is broken off of them for them to come out and for that little season. This is the time period when Esau, Esau Edom had accumulated and took the whole land as itself, as for themselves. They called it their land. And now it became the state of Israel, not, just the northern kingdom, or just the kingdom of Israel became a state. That's why they depended on other nations via, Babylon the Great to, keep sending them care packages and this like that.
Right.
When we back in there, all nations gonna bring us all their stuff, all their valuables, all their precious gold, silver.
Yeah. Hey, they ain't gonna be fighting against us. Hey, they're gonna be tributaries, all of them.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no thank you. No, bring it to us. This has ours. We perfectly made for our sakes. Everything's ours. You know what I'm saying? You just bring this what we own. Yeah. It's just in your possession of your land.
Hey, and we ain't gonna be calling ourselves Israelis either.
Exactly.
So that's a dead giveaway right there.
Right. Israelis just means an inhabitant or a citizen of Israel.
That's right.
So it's not the actual Israelites, which is the Hebrew Israelites, which is the lineage from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The actual lineage, the actual descendants. To be an Israeli, it means, now I'm not saying none of them, we know some of them are Jakes, but majority of them Israelis are just citizens, the inhabitants of the land of Israel right now. And that's not even the full land of Israel itself. That's been condensed down to the small state that it's in. Our lands go further south, go further east, go further north. Our land is more than what they show if you look it up on the map. So that right there also proves too that they ain't the people, because prophecy was fulfilled where the territories of Israel be broadened. Also, what when we in power, we're gonna do what? The Southern Kingdom gonna take what? The lands of Edom.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna broaden the borders even more. But is that going on right now? That's what proves that them people are not, like I said, prophecy in itself kills every single thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We could go back and forth, hit there, tit for tat, this and there. But what does prophecy say? Prophecy proves that we, the children of Israel, in captivity right now, and it proves that y'all are Edomites who are the oppressors right now, who won't talk right now. But right now, you can see that y'all are, like you say, spiraling down the drain, circling the drain, going down. Because what? We about to be raised up. We're gonna be raised up, and we're gonna be in the seat of the oppressors, if you will. But we're gonna do it in righteousness. We're gonna be the ones on top of righteousness. When we on top, the people are actually gonna be happy. They're gonna be happy that they have righteous rulers over them and not these wicked oppressors that's over there oppressing the whole entire earth.
God, hey,
I got that for you.
Got Proverbs 29.
Mm-hmm.
Get with it, and I'll get back in this Isaiah 14 to prove his point even further, man. Hey, like the brother's going into, man, prophecy is gonna stand. All right.
Yeah.
All this other BS, the prophecies is what's gonna stand. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Right. And the whole earth right there, they be alive. They tell you as a whole that they're not mourning. They're not upset. They're not in distress. Even all the things, whether it be from, that I just got a strike for, I ain't gonna say too much, but that crown,
Yeah.
Even with that going on, how the nations, the people was, in mourning and this and that, even before, then right now with this whole Russia-Ukraine crisis, even more mourning. Then why other people warning too? Prices are going up. Prices are surging. Famine is happening over here. Earthquakes happening over here. The whole earth in itself is in mourning, right? Because why? The wicked is bearing rule, right? But like you said, the top part. But when the righteous are in authority, who the only righteous? The Israelites. When the righteous are in authority, that means they're in the power seat, not they, giving out, maybe you should do this and being counselors. No, when we are in the power, when we are on top, then the whole earth in itself, the whole earth is going to be, rejoicing and happy. So they can, actually, like what they say in real quick, right here in Romans, because Romans chapter 8, verses right here, verse 19. It say, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. So the earnest expectation of the creature, meaning like the people in themselves, and even the animals, as you can put them in there too. They in their spirit, they want things to be peaceful. They want things to be righteous. They want things to be done justly, but they don't understand that their spirit is actually yearning for us to be set up in rulership. They don't know it right now, but when they can have complete peace, complete harmony, and whatever the case may be, it's gonna only be through the rule of the Israelites. Sorry, Yahushua and King David, the rest of the 12, and the rest of the elect on down. Right? Saying that's what the creatures are waiting for. They mad, they upset, and they won't change. They want things to be better, but ultimately the only way to change and things gonna be better is gonna be what? When we institute it and when we put on top. And that's quickly approaching. So hey, just like how we gotta suffer and hold on a little bit longer till we see salvation, y'all gotta do the same thing too.
That's right.
They're gonna be sweet. They're gonna be sweet though. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get this work. You're gonna have to be dealing with that right. You're gonna have to, just like how we was done.
Broken into shit pieces. Hey, that's what we're having. The iron,
Exactly. But the time period is coming where it's gonna be a change in the places. So hey, just suffer a little bit longer, just like us.
That's right. That's right.
Hastening the same thing that you hasten. It's just it's gonna be rough for you, but hey, don't get me wrong, the world gonna be ruled in righteousness.
Yep, that's right. And I just finish up this Isaiah 14 real quick. Right at the top real quick, because hey, brother hitting a lot of points, man. Because hey, our kingdom is gonna be righteous, man. All these nations are gonna be under subjection. There's not gonna be anybody rising up to battle. We're not gonna fear anybody, man. We're gonna totally and utterly break these nations, man. There ain't gonna be no military coups. No false flags. No, we're gonna handle business on this earth, man. All right, this is back to Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and we yet choose Israel. So the children of Israel, we're going to be in the power seat and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and them strangers what? Those Israelite foreigners. Let me get Isaiah 56:6 real quick. This is also the sons of the stranger that joins themselves to Yahweh Shem Yahshua to serve him, to love the name of Yahweh, to be his servants, everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant. That's right. And we know the covenant's only for the children of Israel, man. This ain't talking about these like other heathen nations, man. All right, because they weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Yeah, we're gonna train them up, but ultimately they don't have the covenant, man. They don't have the blessings that come with this, man. They're still going to be these heathen nations, man. They're just going to be under subjection under us. So the strangers that it's talking about is the Israelite foreigners, man. They're going to come back, and we're going to be all one together, right? And it says, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Now, this is talking about the nations. We're gonna make. They're gonna. Excuse me. This the next people slack it, and they're gonna cleave to the house of Jacob because we're saying we're gonna be one. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Right. This is heathen nations. Just like we were servants and handmaids. We were the people drawing the water, some like captivities. All right. They're going to be that, right? It says, and they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right. Because we're captives as we are currently. All right. Yeah, we might not be in the hardcore bondage, with chains and whips and all that, but we're mentally in chains, man, in the society, man. We're still vast majority of our people is what? Still discontinued from our heritage, man. Like once again, talking about prophecy shall stand. And that's what happened to the children of Israel, man. We got discontinued, man. All right. Like the brother was bringing up in all these, in all these captivities, we still knew who we were. But that's why America, Babylon, Great. This is the worst captivity because we totally lost who we were, man. We went from, now we're, Americans, we're African Americans, we're Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we're Indians, we're all these but the children of Israel, right? We're all these bywords. All right. And it said, we shall rule over the oppressors, man. In verse 3, and it shall come to pass, see, prophecy, it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Right, because ultimately the Lord had to punish us, but it's coming to an end for us. And now we're going to be back on top, and we're going to have the glory forever and ever, man. And we're going to live forever, ever, under all righteousness under Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. And all right, that's it, brothers. Y'all have it back.
I got some. I got a couple, actually.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. All right, who's that going into? All right. so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you so-called also known as the biblical Israelites. All right. So ultimately, have we been obedient to our power? How we been obedient to Yahweh Shem Yahshai? We wouldn't have to go under the curses. We wouldn't have to be subject under these heathen nations. All right. But because of our transgressions, like the brother was going into earlier, our transgressions and our sins against the Lord, all right, we've been put in this position as punishment. All right. It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. All right, and the Lord is talking to Esau, Edom right here. I just imagine the Lord, for our transgressions and our wickedness, he punished us and put us in captivity. All right, the people he holds dear to his heart, the people he loves. So just imagine, a nation who the Lord has indignation against forever. All right, that righteous anger. You don't think nothing gonna happen to you for what you done to the Lord's eye, the apple of the Lord's eye. All right, it's not so. All right, it says, he shall surely drink of it. All right, and that cup is going to slavery and the curses. All right, because Deuteronomy 30:7 tells us that the Lord is going to put the curses upon all our enemies. All right, so ultimately, you're going to have to go through everything that we went through. And if you want to know what you got to go through, go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and read verses 15 on down. All right, because those curses are for you. All right, in the days to come. All right, we've undergone the curses already, and the Lord is lifting up our captivity. All right, like the brother stated, we got to suffer a little bit longer because it's a transition of power coming. All right, the Lord is going to set Jacob on top, and Esau, Edom is going to be servants to us along with the rest of the heathen nations. All right, and real quick, this is Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. Uz to be modern day America. All right, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, and that cup once again is slavery and the curses. All right, thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked, because ultimately the Lord through his men is exposing Esau, Edom for all the wickedness and atrocities they committed towards the children of Israel. Ultimately, the wickedness they performed in the earth. All right, that's what it means to be naked, because when you're naked, you're exposed. All right, so the Lord is exposing Esau, Edom. All right, verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Because us being America, this is our last and final captivity. All right. It says, he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. All right. Because first and foremost, all right, the Lord is going to expose Esau, Edom, all right, through his men of the Lord. And after a time period, the Lord is going to strip Esau, Edom of his rulership and put him in subjection and slavery under the Israelites. All right.
I got something to back you up. This Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right. So when Yahweh Shem Shai is going to return back to the earth to redeem the 144,000. All right. Slot. My computer's about to die.
God,
There you go. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna read that from the top again. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay. So ultimately, when Yahweh Shem Shai comes to return to the earth and to save the nation of Israel, starting with the 144,000, because we know through way of prophecy that the 2/3 have to be cut off and receive their judgment on this side. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to return and visit this man Esau, Edom, in his angelic form. All right, with the host of angels, man, to take this man out. All right, it said thy nakedness shall be uncovered. All right, yea, thy shame shall be seen, and all the wickedness that this man Esau, Edom has done. All right, that's being exposed. All right, even so recently, China was accusing America for all the deaths of Jake that happened. I believe they said it was a war crime. All right, the Lord was putting the spirit on these other nations, all right, to pretty much call out this man Esau Edom for all his wickedness, man. All right, and it's just gonna keep amplifying in these latter days, man. All right. And then I got another precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, so Yahweh Shem Shai, he's gonna put all the curses that we went through. All right, now that we're coming out of our oppression and these curses. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's gonna put all these curses on our oppressors, man. All of our enemies that did this to the nation of Israel, man. All right, and they're gonna be known as the bywords of Proverbs. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, he's gonna take the nation of Israel out of our captivity and out of our sorrow, and he's going to put us back in that righteous rulership. All right, just like how it was supposed to be set up. You know,
That's right. That it on that. I got something real quick. This is Obadiah 1:15. Because for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. All right, like we've been talking about, man. Not only just Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, but all you nations. You Psalms 83ers. That's my new favorite phrase right now. You Psalms 83ers. Man. You all gonna be in captivity. All right, you all gonna be totally destroyed. Right. It says, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head." Right? Because what? You guys downtrodden Israel. You had Jake all in derision. All right. You totally you surpassed our punishment, man. Like perpetual hatred, man. You continued it, man. All right. You never wanted to let us go. All right. So what? The Lord is going to recompense it. It says, verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, right? So you've taken advantage of the children of Israel, man. All right, you've enjoyed it. All right, taking us down. All right, all you nations, man. So shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Right, because they're going to be utterly broken into pieces, man. Under the children of Israel, man. You know, we're going to no longer be the tail, we're going to be the head. All right, you know, we're going to rise to the top through what? The power and mercy of Yahweh Shem Shah, right? It says, bear with me real quick. And they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as they had not been, right? Because they'll be totally, utterly broken down. All right, but upon Mount Zion, which is the children of Israel, Zion's just another form for the children of Israel, shall be deliverance. All right. And there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. That's right. We're going to take everything that these nations have, man, because the earth was made for our sakes. All right. All that's in it, including the nations themselves. Right. Matter of fact, let me get the Psalms, the second chapter, real quick to back that up. This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 8. It says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. So we're going to inherit the heathen. They're made for us, right? Because like Apostle Tar goes into, true rulership is having slaves, all right, having people in subjection under you. That's real. That's real. That's really rulership, man. All right. It says, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So we're going to not control all you nations, but all the land thereof, no matter where it's at. It's going to be ours, right? It says in verse 9, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, man. So think if you dropped a pot right now on the ground and it breaks into 1,000 pieces. All right, that's how we're going to do the nation spiritually. We're going to totally downtrodden them, man. All right, and then they're going to lose all their ways. We're going to get rid of their idols and their false gods and their ways of life. All right, because they're going to come up under us, under our rulership, under all laws, like we came up under Esau, Edom, and their laws and their ways and how they do things. It's going to be the same with these nations, but in righteousness through the law, statute, and commandments of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. And just to finish up this Obadiah, and then back to Obadiah 1:17, it says, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. So the children of Israel are going to be delivered, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. See what I just read. We're going to have all that. All right. Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. No, we're not going to we're not going to take these Edomites and put them on in a pot and cook them and eat them literally. Nah, we're gonna take them out as a nation. All right, we're going to totally and utterly destroy them and break them down. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh Shema Shai has spoken it. Right, because after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, man, we're gonna gather them up and burn them to death, man. We're gonna get rid of all of them, you know, through the power and glory of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know. Y'all got anything else? We can close out with that.
I got one more.
Go
This is Jeremiah 50 and verse Jeremiah 50 verse 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." Okay, so ultimately, all right, in these latter days, all right, this is going to be the spirit of this modern day Pharaoh, all right, Esau Edom, man, all right, because he doesn't want to let the you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans grow. He wants you to keep you as eternal slaves, because that's how this man sees you, as a slave, all right, somebody just lowly, all right, but in all actuality, y'all are the children of Israel. Y'all are kings, man. All right. And you know, you got both of the tribes are oppressed. All right, here in the northern country, like America, man. You have both the tribes, both kingdoms. All right, you have the southern kingdom and you have the northern kingdom. All right, oppressed here in the Americas. All right, and also all throughout the various parts of the earth. All right, just like how in ancient Egypt, all right, how Pharaoh he didn't want to let the children of Israel go. He wanted to keep them there as perpetual slaves, man. All right, and Yahweh Shema Shai, he's gonna interrupt this man and his plans. All right, to what he wants to do to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right, which is Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna ultimately take you wicked rulers out, man. All right, but that's it on that.
That's right. I got one more actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because you brought that back to it, I was like, man,
I got one after you too.
That's Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe!" So we're talking about destruction, right? "To thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." Right. And Esau, Edom, and these other nations have dealt treacherously with the children of Israel. They made us a spoil. They raped, robbed, and murdered us, man.
Mm-hmm.
So when they try to make peace and all comes to an end, and guess what? It's about to reverse on them. All right. Because when they're done, when the Lord comes back and stops them from doing this, all right, we're going to do it to them. Remember, they're going to drink double the cup, and they shall surely drink, like we just read in Obadiah. Oh yeah, they're going to drink, all right, because they deserve it. All right, and let's see here. Yeah, that's it on that. I just want to get that point.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 15. "And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction." All right. So ultimately, when Jake was already downtrodden on the bottom, oppressed, right, especially Esau Edom, they put their foot on our necks more, so to speak, and apply more pressure. All right. They went over the top with it. Right. You know, ultimately they're at ease because nothing has happened to them yet. All right. Like the scripture also in the book of Zechariah, the 11th chapter says, "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty." Right? Because ultimately, they think that they're just because they're in this high position and we're under them. All right, they got good riches. All right, and they benefit off of our affliction. They think the Lord is with them. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly, what the Lord has revealed to his men. All right, that the Lord, he's building up a tab against Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations. All right, so ultimately, when they're subject under us during captivity, we're rendering double. All right, everything is done to us, except the sodomite stuff that Esau did. We're going to rule over them in righteousness and run unto them double what they've done to us. All right.
That's right. Hey, I got another one. Oh, it's like, go ahead.
No, I was just saying in righteousness. That was all I had to know.
That's right. And this is and this is the spirit of Esau. This is Psalm chapter 10 and verse 11. It says, "He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face; he will never see it." See, hey, through the pride of this man Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he thinks literally the Lord has blessed them, and to the point to where he forgot all the atrocities they've done to his children, the apple of his eyes, right? Oh, he's forgotten about it. That's why they think this place is going to continue forever, just like Psalms 49:11. They think they have to continue from generation to generation. They think this is going to just keep going, man. Like, the Lord has forgotten. He doesn't see what we're doing. No, everything that's is in the dark is going to come to light, in which it has. That's why Esau's been exposed. All the nations have seen their wickedness. The children of Israel are starting to see all the atrocities, and it's coming back to that remembrance of, hey, this so-called white man, Esau Edom, is the devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Yep.
All right. That's it. All I got. If you got something wrong with me,
I got one more, bro. This keyword you hit. It's Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?" All right. And you go into that word woe, it goes into death and destruction. All right. To seek, and it said them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. All right. So this man Esau Edom, he thought that that he was hiding from Yahweh Shem Ashai this whole time by doing all these atrocities. All right. To our people, all right, all throughout the scriptures, man. Especially here in the Americas, are the rape, robbery, and pillaging, all right, and also the plans that these wicked elites devise to keep our people at the lowest estate, man. All right. It says, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? So this is ultimately the attitude that this man Esau Edom has. All right, he thinks he thinks that he can get away with all this scot free, because that's the pride of this man. All right, but the scriptures also said that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun. All right, so everything that this man is doing is all being recorded up in the heavens. All right, the angels are watching the actions of this man, all right, and they were reporting it back to the Father. This man's just steady building up that rap sheet, all right, and then and then he's gonna get paid for all his actions, man, all right, and rightfully so, man.
And if I may add real quick, some beautiful points you brothers made, because that's why the scriptures say, because judgment is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the Son of Man is fully standing and do evil. All right, so what Esau doesn't take into account is that our Lord is long suffering. All right, the Lord ain't ever forget, what y'all did to the children of Israel during slavery, and he ain't forgetting what y'all doing now. Cops gunning down Jake in the streets. All right, the Lord, look, man, y'all don't understand. The Lord want to mess y'all up. All right, but once again, the Lord is long suffering, and we know that He puts His word above Himself. All right, so the Lord is being patient. All right, because ultimately nobody wants this more than our Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. All right, the Lord want to fuck y'all up more than we do. All right, and ultimately, pursuant to Ezekiel 25, the Lord, He's gonna put the spirit on Jake. Right? He said He's gonna recompense vengeance unto Edom by the hand of His people Israel. All right, so ultimately, Esau Edom, man, you ain't getting away with nothing. All right, the Lord remembers every single thing you did into the children of Israel. All right, and He's gonna make you pay for it.
Hey, and that's right. And then ultimately, too, not only just the children of Israel, but our Lord Yahweh Shah, man, they got put on the cross, man. Hey, that's you same Edomites, man. You white people, you Romans, man. You guys are back today, man. All right. And I got one more. This is hold on, Flocky. Let me get the little man.
I was gonna say that's why Revelation tells us, the Lord comes with clouds, right? And all that piercing shall see Him, because those who pierced our Lord Yahweh Shah back then, the Romans, those Edomites who pierced our Lord back then, they back here today, and the Lord gonna mess them up. All right, the Lord gonna give revenge for what they done, and they spout on him. All right, pierce him in his side. right? Did all manners of wickedness towards our Lord, all right? Also, they're gonna pay for that. Yeah, the Lord ain't forget, man.
All right, I got one more. This is right. That's right, brother. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, which is you, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You've been revealed. Your skirts have been lifted up. All right, the Lord has shown all your wickedness. We know who he is or who you are now. From the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Right, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding is consuming this man. Right, he shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, which is what the chariots and the Yahweh Shai and the holy angels coming on the chariots, man. All right, coming to destroy Esau, Edom, and his kingdom. It says, verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is all the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. See? And that's who Esau, Edom. He comes in the spirit of the spiritual demon Satan, man. All right, he is the children of Satan, man, because he works on the left hand side, man. All right, so we know that we've been revealed because the Lord has showed us what he's revealed it us through prophecy and through the long track record of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, his history has totally devoured himself, man. All right, through the pride and arrogancy of himself, man. You know. Well, with that, I'd like to give I would play that was edifying for the body. With that, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and shalom to sincere Akim and Akwathium, listening and learning, and to the brothers preaching and teaching this truth through the four corners of the earth. With that, Abba Babal,
Kwam
Kwam Yasharala,
Yasharala.
Shalom.
Shalom.